Hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing wonderful today. For those who don't know, my name is Jhetty, and today's video is going to be something a little out of the norm. You might be able to already tell considering the background, but me and my partner moved. I actually been talking about it for over like a month now when I post videos just kind of talking about why I'm not doing certain things or this and that, and a lot of it had to do with just moving in general, and it finally happened. And I did my best to record that entire process. The entire process of just us and what we ran into with moving, how we moved like 80 plus plants during a heat wave. It's kind of all over the place. It was a little challenging for me to shoot, but I'm still happy that I attempted it and I'm still very proud of the video. So I just wanted to make a little intro, just kind of explaining what it is, and I hope you enjoyed. Alrighty, we're gonna see how this goes. I never record on my phone, so I hope it is good enough of quality, including the audio, so bear with me. But I wanted to actually walk around and show the apartment as it's getting taken down, only because I don't usually walk around in my videos. I'm usually kind of posted up or I get certain setups, and that's because my camera's too big to walk around with. Today is Friday. We started packing on Wednesday. So it's been about 2 days of packing. Realistically, Wednesday was the packing day. We have most of it packed up. It doesn't seem like it, but the kitchen's completely done, the bathroom's completely done. Most of the rooms, the bigger areas, are completely done. Any little extra spots are set up. So now the rest of these couple days are kind of doing nitty-gritty things like taking stuff off the walls, patching up holes, kind of getting that groove going on there. But yeah, it's really weird to be in the apartment the way that it is right now. It is like a very slow like regression into what it was when I first moved in, and it is a little bit of a nostalgic feeling, and I didn't think I would have felt that, but I think it has to do with just being able to make this space feel like a home and make it feel cozy and kind of bring what coziness and like a home should feel like. There's a little bit of sadness to it, but also a lot of excitement in general. But yeah, it's cool. I'm excited, and that's why I kind of wanted to walk through and kind of show y'all what that looks like in general. All right, and so we have the living room. So the first thing that like I think really throws me off is just the no rug. I've had a rug in this space since we moved in, and so to not have it here just feels very weird. It definitely feels like day one kind of vibes. Most of the plants are in the same areas. I haven't really taken anything down in those regards. I'm thinking I'm gonna wait, and my plants will be the last thing I physically do in regards to moving. So we're gonna see how that goes, but that's the rest of the space. The micings is off the wall, as you can see. I moved my coconut palm and some of the other stuff over there as well too. Coconut palm's over here, and I'll show where my micing's at in a second. I am trying to be careful with the plants only because my partner's also helping out in moving, of course, but he doesn't know what is what in regards of like the plants and also which ones have pests. So I'm trying really hard to not spread any type of pests or any issues throughout the rest of my collection if possible, but you know, it is what it is. If it happens, it happens. It's just something else I have to take care of in the future, but this is the area now. I'm trying hard to not show too much of the outside, but it's kind of hard to do so. Most of the plants are still here. Some of them are doing good, some of them are not, so it is what it is. We have had a record 2 weeks now of just straight heat, over the 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So it has been very hot. So everyone is doing the best that they can do at the moment. So that is the main living room area, as you can see. And then here is the kitchen. So like I said, this whole area is like completely done. Everything is put away inside all the pantries. We just have to take care of the stuff that's on the top. And we're running into like the miscellaneous things now. So we're trying to like think about it and be more like specific with it. But if not, it is what it is. These will end up in a box at some point, and then I still have some stuff that needs to get like trashed away, like this big old metal thing we found a long time ago by the trash, and I was using it in the bathroom, and I also used it out in my living room for a while. It's time to put it to rest. It is technically like kind of broken, so but I did get some use out of it. I did appreciate it. It did its thing. So the next spot I'm gonna take y'all is it's called the stream room. That's what we call it. It's really dark in here, so I'm so sorry. But this is where I would stream, where I edit, where I do a lot of content stuff, and kind of just like our spare room where people would stay when they would come. There is the room, so you can see all sorts of packaging going up. We have my rug down there, all the boxes, the couch we broke down in here as well too. It's not a far move, which is why you can kind of see some of the stuff is just kind of out. And some of that stuff is just gonna go in our cars. It'll be easier than putting it in like a big old truck and loading it up that way. There is a lot of bigger furniture, like this lamp I need to figure out, my side table. things like that are gonna be the big focus the next couple of days, but that's most of it here. I have my little acrylic table. I'm still deciding what I'm gonna do with that. I don't know if it's gonna have any room in the space. We're not talking about her. She's going through it right now, and I might try to fix her, but I also might just give up because it's a philodendron Birkin. I kind of just don't care anymore. And then I have my little greenhouse set up. A lot of the stuff in there is doing okay. You can literally see the Warquenum being a Warquenum and acting up like normal. But I do think there's a decent amount of things in there that might have spider mites, so I need a tree and get that all figured out. And then I have my stuff on the top. And then over here is kind of like my desk area. This is where I do my like streaming stuff. That's where I have my like big old PC. And I mean, it's a big old PC. Don't mind the cable management. There's only so much I could have done during that time frame, but yeah. Oh, and this is the camera that I normally shoot all my videos with. So you can see this thing's a honker. That's why I was like, I can't use this in film. It's just too much. So I don't know. A part of me wants to get a nicer camera that's maybe is smaller, something that's actually like a little bit more, not vloggable, but just something that's easier to maneuver around, because I can't hold that steady and like shoot and like walk, and it's just too much, unfortunately. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure out something. Maybe I'll get a different setup in the future. This is a camera I use for like my freelance photography, but I also use it as like a jack of all trades at this point. And then over here, closet, still have a couple things. We're just gonna pack up the jackets in like a garbage bag pretty soon just to make it easier. And then I have another cabinet here. I got this one for free at work, which is super cool. I still have the doors and everything there. I want to turn this into like an actual greenhouse, like put like silicone it, like patch it up, like literally have it like as like a little jungle. I think it's a vivarium as well. I might be wrong, but that's the plan for this. But I wasn't going to do it until I moved, because why would I do something like this and then move? That would be hellish. So that is this room though. And then across here, we have two very cute, very sleepy kitties. Hi, Blue. Aw, cutie. Hi. And then there's Roxas over there. But this is our bedroom. This is where we slumber. Most of it's packed. There's a lot of boxes. This is where we were holding all of our boxes and like bringing them out and like getting them all ready. I took a lot of the boxes from like my work, which was super nice, not having to buy a bunch of them. We only had to buy like a couple like larger ones. Once again, this room is pretty much done. There's a couple things in the closet, but I would say a lot of this stuff is stuff that we use till every day. So this will be probably like a Sunday thing where we pack a lot of that up there. And then I have my other cabinet, which I know it sounds psychotic to have 3 cabinets. Maybe not, but to me it sounds a little psychotic to have 3 cabinets. But I did find this one on Facebook Marketplace, and I did a video on it, but I got it for like $160 or like 180. It was a super cheap price for it. It already came with the shelving and it came with the pre-hole drills as well. So I have this one random plant in it right now. This is one I got from my work. It was one of the owners. They had it for a while. It's a hybrid. I can't remember what they said. I'll have to ask them. It's like a philodendron. I think they said like a melochrysum or a varicosum. I don't know. It's a weird, funky hybrid. She's a little mad at me. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. She might just be thirsty more than anything. But I just haven't been able to give it the TLC that it needs. And I plan on doing that in the future once I move. But right now I don't have the time for it. So I've been just kind of keeping it in here, hoping it's getting enough light and just allowing it to kind of just exist. And I'll crack the door open every once in a while to get some airflow in, but I think it's been fine for the most part. It's giving me a couple little leaves here and there, but like I said, if it makes it, I'll work with it, but if not, it is what it is. That is pretty much the main bedroom area and pretty much the last room in the apartment, I would say. That is where the apartment is at now. So like I said, today is Friday. We have 2 more days until we actually move. I'm feeling really good. I think we're at a good spot. I think things are looking good. I think we have things where they need to be. Right now, my biggest concern is going to be like just setting it up to make this as easy as possible for the move-in day. Only because that day it is going to be 114 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's going to be very hot, kind of dangerously hot. And for those who don't know, Arizona has been in a record heat wave. That's what they're calling it. I might be wrong, but it has been over 2 weeks now where we have been over 110 degrees. So not only is it rough for like the plants and just things like that, it's also rough for us. And I'm very, very much trying to make sure we can get as much of this done before it gets to that peak heat, because I don't want me, my partner, or anyone that's helping us to have to endure that, because that is honestly to the point where it becomes a little bit more dangerous. A lot of people don't know heat exhaustion or heat stroke. It kind of sneaks up on you. You need to stay hydrated, but also hydration isn't sometimes enough to withstand that heat. So that is another thing I'm a little bit worried about for us and just for the plants. It's gonna be a challenge to move all of them that way. I'm still trying to figure out my game plan in that sense, but either way, I'm really excited. I can't wait to show you all the new apartment. As soon as we get the keys, I will definitely do a quick walkthrough to show what it looks like, and then yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes. I do want to show a couple of the plants off real quick, just because I am pretty proud. So I have my Anthurium Bessier. We're not gonna mind the last leaf it put out. It unfortunately had spider mites at the time, which I didn't know, and that is why a lot of this damage is here. You can even kind of see the little speckles on the top. That is spider mite damage. And it's kind of cool because the way Anthuriums grow is they kind of just keep expanding. So in microscopic, or like when they're smaller like this, you can't really see unless it's really, really, really intense damage. But as they grow, you'll kind of see if they chewed on it or messed with it, which is a bummer, but also kind of interesting, you know? But here is the new leaf. She does still have spider mites, so I'm trying to be cautious not to like fling them around everywhere. I've been spraying this leaf down every day with insecticide, which I'm worried it's gonna do something to it at one point, but I refuse for this leaf to end up like this leaf. This plant is growing so good. It's so happy ever since I started like treating it constantly, and I really want this leaf to do good. I am sad that I'm moving it during it like growing, because I definitely think it's going to affect it in that sense, but my fingers are crossed. We'll see how it goes. But it's so cute. And like also this leaf that came out, this was out of the cabinet. These two, so this one and then this other one here, were inside the cabinet. So if you're like worried about like humidity and you want to try an Anthurium, highly recommend an Anthurium Bessier. Bessier AF, I think. Like I said, this is just out and about in my main living room area. I do have a humidifier, but my space as of right now is average 45 to 50% humidity. So it is higher for someone who lives in a really dry climate like Arizona, but still, it's not too crazy high. But yeah, it's been doing super good, and I'm really curious to see if this leaf also comes out as big as this one, or hopefully bigger. That would be super sick. I also wanted to showcase this big old Micans. Can we just talk about how big it got? It was growing consistently, but it just rocketed after I put it on that wall the way that I did. This thing literally is like, it has to be, I'm 6'3". This thing has to be at least like 7.5 feet long now, because it's very long. It is definitely longer than me at this point. I am just amazed by it. And what I love the most about it too is you can kind of see it as well. There's sun stress on the tips. So it like kind of little frosted tips. I'm so proud of this plant. I love it. I know this sounds super crazy, especially since I'm like hyping it up, but I am thinking about potentially selling it. I think it's gonna depend when I move. Like once I move in and I see the space, I think that's what's going to help me kind of make that call. I think for a lot of my plants, I think I thought I was good, but I feel like once I move in is when I'm going to be like, actually, I don't want you, and kind of start going through that way. It's not that I have too many plants that I feel like I can't keep up. It's more so I want to get new plants, and I don't want to keep things if I don't like truly love them or see them being in my future forever. And I think that's totally okay. I think you can get plants and have them for a certain amount of time and like have that like experience with them and be like okay to like leave them. To me, it's almost like I don't know, it's like catching Pokemon or something, you know, in a video game. Like you can keep getting all kinds of ones just to kind of experience it and see how it goes. So yeah, we're gonna see. My other reason too is I need to start selling things if I want to buy more things, because buying plants is too expensive, or at least I'm at the point where my taste is too stupidly expensive, unfortunately. So selling a big old Micans like this might actually help me out a little bit, you know what I mean? But yeah, she's gorgeous. I'm so proud of her. I love that she's sun stressed. She is kind of everything right now, to be honest. Good morning. It is Monday. I think it's like 9 something, almost 10 o'clock. It is move-in day. You can kind of see we have like everything in the living room right now, pretty much. There's a couple other things kind of around and about, but we're kind of getting it going right now. I'm gonna explain what the plan is now because a lot of stuff is not gonna go the way that I was supposed to go. So to start off, sorry I didn't record like at all the last couple of days. It was just between work and then just going, it was just too much. I really wasn't able to do what I wanted to do, but that's okay. I'm still trying to get little things here and there. Sorry if you hear the AC. I don't know where my cable is, my little dongle for the adapter for my mic, so the audio might be kind of scuffy, but it is what it is. The plan originally was we were going to move in right at 9 o'clock. When they opened, we were gonna get the keys, we were gonna go. My dad is super nice and has a friend that has a trailer and a nice old truck, and they are allowing him to borrow it so we don't have to pay for anything, which is super cool. And so that was the main setup. They emailed us on Saturday, and they were like, hey, like unfortunately it's not gonna be ready till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And like, it's honestly a bummer, only because I actually called them ahead of time just to double check with them and to confirm that we would be able to move in at 9 when they opened. And my main reasoning was because of the heat. So once again, for those who don't know, I live in Arizona. Right now we are in a record heat wave. It's been we're probably pushing into 3 weeks now of just awful weather, over the 110s every day. And our lows right now are like the low 90s, like mid 90s. So we're not catching a break, and it's a lot for everyone. And so there's no way we can move in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. On top of that, that trailer is an open trailer. So all of the stuff would be exposed. So all the cabinets, everything, it's gonna get hit by the sun. It's gonna be too hot to even grab. Like, it was just really frustrating. It's a bummer. I'm upset about it, but you know what? Like, it's okay. We're gonna keep going. On the positive side, we can still use everything, and we're just gonna do it tomorrow on Tuesday, and it'll be nice because we'll have the keys. So I think we're gonna wake up super early, like maybe 5 or 6 a.m. early, get it loaded, get over there, move everything in before the sun comes up, hopefully. So that's the initial hopes and like goal. So we're gonna see how that goes. For the plans, since everything's getting changed, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I still might leave them till the end, but there is a chance that I might start taking at least some of them over. Not too sure. I think I kind of want to leave them all here, just because if not, I'm gonna have to put them all in the windows, and it's gonna make it very cluttered. And I think it'd be easier to just get the boxes over and get them kind of put in certain spots and then kind of adjust from there. So, you know, we're just winging it. That's just how moving is, you know? You just go with the flow. There's not much else to do with it. So either way, I'm feeling good. Like I said, a little bummed out over the situation, but had a good little breakfast burrito, had a nice green tea. I'm a tea freak. I love me some tea. That's like all I ever drink. So the vibes are up. Good music was playing earlier. You know, it is what it is. So as of right now, my partner is at the car wash, just cleaning out his car pretty much so we can load more stuff in there. And then we ended up borrowing his mom's Jeep, which is a lot more spacious than a Nissan Sentra. So we're gonna see how it goes. Our goal today is to pretty much move in all the smaller stuff. So I'll show you real quick. This is like all the smaller boxes. There's Blue. He's having such a fun time on the pillows. These are like all the smaller things that we have. A lot of this is either fragile, either not gonna be okay to be in the heat for too long, or just things that we want to be cautious with. This is the goal. I'm hoping we can get the majority of this in the new place today. We're gonna see how it goes, and then anything that's bigger, so like the mirror, the entertainment system, I'm trying to think what else, like all of our like extra large boxes that we have like over here, like all of those, the cabinet, this desk, all of this is what is going to end up on the big trailer. And then even in the bedroom, it's not too bad, but it is messy. It's just, we're moving. That's the only reason why I feel like comfortable showing it as a mess. I'm very clean usually, but you're moving. There's only so much you can do. Like all of our clothes are just bagged up, ready to go to. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a good experience, I think. We just gotta get it going and get a good flow, and hopefully not let the heat beat us, because that's gonna be probably the hardest part about it. With that being the case, I will update you all later on today when we go into the apartment. Hopefully in a week's time, I'll have most of it set up, or we'll have most of it set up. I can't live in boxes. It stresses me out. So I know I'm gonna be just unpacking and going and going and going. That's just the type of person I am. But yeah, so wish us luck. Send good vibes. We're gonna get it through. We're gonna get it through. Hello, it is Tuesday. It's about like maybe 5:30 or 6 or somewhere around that time frame. I haven't really recorded at all today, and I barely recorded yesterday only because we did not get the keys to the new place until maybe 5:30 in the afternoon, 5, which was way later than 3. So it was just a whole plethora of things. It was really stressful and just kind of frustrating more than anything, but it's okay. It ended up working out. My biggest concern was the heat, and because we didn't get our keys until later on, we were kind of out of the heat, so it worked out. But we were in the apartment. We've moved most of the stuff. This morning was a lot of the bigger things, furniture, the couch, you know, cabinets, all that stuff, and we were able to get most of it in, and nothing really was damaged, which was good. This is the apartment. Like I said, it is a absolute mess, but you can kind of see we got windows. We got tons of windows, and we even got these two, and this is just so crazy. Like, this view is just astronomical. Like, I words cannot explain. And the fact that there's so much natural light, there's just so much going on, and I'm like so ecstatic. Never in a million years did I think I would be able to have such crazy windows and have so much space. And what's so crazy is the other apartment was technically bigger, and this one feels ginormous. And it might be because the roofs are like actually tall, because I'm 6'3", so I used to be able to touch the roofs all the time, and now I don't, which is so crazy. And just having all this space and these big windows, like, it is so, I'm gonna just stand right here. It is so inspiring, and like I have so many cool ideas, and I'm just so excited to like make this place feel like home and just like get things going. It's gonna be a while before that truly happens, I feel like, but there's already good foundation. It's gonna be fun. Other than that, all of the plants are still at the other apartment, which I think ended up being a lot better. Like I said, it was going to be one of the last things that we moved, and I'm kind of happy we did, because this was kind of chaotic and it would have made it so much harder to have plants everywhere. I think there's things that are already not making it. So we're gonna see. I'll kind of talk a little bit about that too. The plan is tomorrow morning around maybe like 7ish in the morning. There's gonna be 3 cars. We're gonna load them up with all the plants. I'm gonna kind of somewhat try to organize it to the best of my abilities, and then we're gonna rush over here and try to get them in as quick as possible, because we either need to do it early in the morning or late at night. There's no way we can do anything after like 10. After 10, it's just gonna be too hot and just too aggressive. We're gonna see how that goes. I'm gonna try to record more of the plant stuff tomorrow, hopefully, but also if needed be, if I gotta go, we're just gonna get it done, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it in that sense. Good morning. It is Friday. Yes, it's Friday. I'm sorry, I literally woke up like, honestly, it's been like an hour, but it's just been such a long week, especially in regards of just moving. I just didn't record. Like, I didn't. Which I'm super bummed about. I was so excited to like record like actually moving in the plants. Sorry, my cats are playing with some toys. I was excited to like record moving in the plants. I was excited to like have all these like things. I had so many ideas of like how I wanted things to go, and like I just couldn't do it. It has a lot to do with just the weather. Like I said, heat wave, like 116 degrees. We officially turned in the keys yesterday for the old apartment, so we are done with that chapter, which is sad but also so exciting, because I really enjoyed that space. It was a very, very fun space. It felt good. It felt homey. The neighbors were super chill. Like, everything about that place was really good vibes, and I'm very thankful for that experience, especially for like the last 2 years. But I'm very excited for this place. We both are, me and my partner. He's at work right now, which is kind of why I'm recording. I realize I have a fear, not a fear, I just get really secondhand embarrassment when recording around people or in front of people. I don't know, I feel very like, I don't want to say cringe, because like I watch so much content where people are walking around and like recording themselves, and it's fine, you know what I mean? But I just get really like embarrassed. So I'm working on not caring as much, and like not only recording like when he's at work and stuff like that. But other than that, I wanted to do a quick walkthrough. I'm gonna show the place. It's a mess. It is it's a mess. Like, I don't know what else to say, but I do want to show. So this is like the little hallway that you see first. I have one of the cabinets down here right now. Just for the time being, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this here or if this is the vibe in the space. This is a kind of a interesting entryway. It's a little bit longer, so have some options. Here is the kitchen space in general. Huge south-facing window. I'm so in love. And then I have all of that shelving up there with these little lights that point. That one is broken right now, so they're gonna come and fix it. But I think I'm gonna actually put a couple of grow lights potentially up in those ones and point them over, and I might start putting a couple more things up there. I'm still deciding. I need to move the linearis down until I do decide if I do the grow light thing, only because I don't want the top to go bald. It's a very bright spot. It's getting enough light, but it's just a little too high. I kind of go off of, as long as the plant can see the sky, I'm chill with it. But then on the windowsill, you can kind of see, oh, it's so pretty. Like, I cannot get over it. You get to see the mountains, the clouds, the palms outside. It's just, I don't know. I just love it so much. And then I have my passiflora, which that passiflora here is absolutely living its best life. It is just vining and doing all of the things. I want to mount it up to make it look a little bit more presentable, but I'm making it work. The other one did not have a good experience in the move. I don't know if I should cut it. I don't know how to propagate these guys that well, so I'm a little nervous. This leaf is staying pretty strong, so I'm hoping it'll be fine. I generally think it might have been too moist, but I might be wrong. It could have just been from the weather itself and just the move, because it was intense, and a lot of other plants also kind of suffered as well too. I'm gonna go through and show y'all the living room. This is probably my favorite spot, I would say, in the entire apartment, and you'll see why in a second. I'm not gonna go into too much detail or talk about why I did things, only because I don't know if this is what's gonna stay. And me and my partner have been just like, our heads are like in the sense of ideas, but also like just unpacking and having things like not in boxes, because I don't want to have to go back to work and stuff still be in boxes. That's like my own personal goal, and I have 2 days to make that work out. So let me get into it that way. Here is the living room. It is crazy. Like, words cannot describe how sick this whole space is. Like, I just love it so much. It's a work in progress. There's still a lot to do and a lot I want to like kind of adjust and see. My favorite thing over here though, I will say, is I put the orange table and then I just kind of decored it, and I have the adenium. I want to get a different pot for it, but I think I'm going to keep it in here. I think I really enjoy how it looks. It's very architectural. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's shaped really interesting. It's just so pretty, and I feel like it's almost like a sculpture. So that is going to stay in here. I just want to find like the right pot for it in general. But yeah, that's the living room. The last room I'm gonna show, and I'm literally just gonna show it briefly because it is absolutely a mess and there's nothing going on in here right now. I kind of just want to show it for like the lighting and window reasoning, is the bedroom. Here is the bedroom. It's pretty big. Like I said, it's just such a mess right now. Everything's a mess. But look at that window and look at that view. It's just so sick, and the window ledge is so big. I can put plants on there as well. I'm not gonna go ham with them, only because I want to shut the windows at night because it's just really bright still outside, but it's so pretty. I'm loving it. We're both loving it. Blue's loving it very much as well too. And yeah, I can't wait to like actually get this place going a little bit more. Thank you so much for watching the video. I do hope you enjoyed. I am so excited to be in this space. Both me and my partner are. I have just so many ideas, and I just cannot wait to make this place come to life more. Even from the time that a lot of that footage was shot to now, like, it has changed and it will continue to change. And I can't wait to take y'all, you know, step by step and try to show you as much as I do, on top of just planty stuff, you know, making this place. My biggest thing is just making my space feel like home. I've always said this everywhere I've gone. If I'm gonna pay money to live somewhere, it better feel like home. And this is my attempt, or I should say this is our attempt at making it more of a home in general too. So with that being the case, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day or night, wherever you may be. And I'll catch you in the next one. Later.